So one of these MPs from the North said he was no longer willing to do television interviews to defend the Prime Minister. Quote, "I was rock solid, but I've had enough." You just alluded to the 1922 committee. Is it the case that a whole cabal of anti-Boris Johnson MPs are now manoeuvring for election to the 1922 committee? When will the outcome of that election, which decides the leadership and no confidence motions and so on, when will the outcome of that election be known?
So the outcome will be known a week today, literally a week today. In fact, next time we talk, it will be just ahead of those elections. The question is whether Boris will even still be there at that point. But there's a slate of them ready to take seats, and once they do, I would imagine that because there's so many letters gone in asking for a vote of confidence from MPs. I would imagine they'll go straight upstairs, change the rules, and hold the vote of confidence.
Just repeating for our viewers, this 1922 committee has 18 officers and an executive. They're elected by 213 backbench Tory MPs and 51 parliamentary private secretaries. So if the newly elected 1922 committee results in a majority of backbenchers being elected who want Boris Johnson gone, just confirm again, do you think they'll change the rules and allow for another no confidence vote when the existing rules prevent a further challenge within 12 months?
Yes, I'm sure of it. That is a plan, and I have no doubt, given the events of the last 24 hours, I have no doubt that will happen. And once that happens, then Boris is toast.
Gone.
Absolutely toast.
Did you have a second MP, because you're talking to these people also from the North, what you call a red wall Brexiteer, say to you, "I'm fed up, I can't go on supporting this"? Yeah,
absolutely. And this was, as I say, another absolutely rock-solid Boris loyalist. And just to explain to people, there was literally a straw that has broken the camel's back in terms of MPs, the loyalist MPs at least. And this is the resignation of the Deputy Chief Whip, Chris Pincher, who admitted to last week to getting drunk and basically sexually assaulting two men in the private club, the Carlton Club, which is a club popular with Conservative MPs, has historic links with the Conservative Party. Anyway, after the resignation, it became clear that there was, 12 years of issues with this man, and that the Prime Minister had been warned about it, but ignored those warnings and actually put this man in charge of welfare of MPs and staff. And, it was yet another terrible judgment call.
But then it's even worse than that. It's even worse than that, isn't it? Because then didn't Boris Johnson say he didn't know anything about these sort of accusations, which forced, I think, Lord MacDonald to come out and virtually accuse Boris Johnson of lying?
Yes, that was a moment that kind of kicked everything off yesterday. So I'm actually surprised we didn't have a live on-air kind of resignation from a minister, because we had the Deputy Prime Minister defending Boris on television as Lord MacDonald publishes this letter saying, "Yes, I told him about this man, Chris Pincher.
Amazing.
We had a report, we had an investigation.
Amazing.
He had to apologise." And Rob obviously didn't know anything about it, and he's obviously loyal to Boris, but he was saying, "Well, that's news to me," and it's just astonishing. Actually. And I'm afraid it feeds into the idea that Boris is lying to me.
Yes, that's right.
And it's hard to escape that.